Alright, what up, though? We're back with episode 5 of the KSP Science playthrough, doing a run of the Sol mod, which I've installed recently here, and I'm experiencing all for the first time on this playthrough, so I'm trying to keep it sequenced together and structured together like it's a continuous run in session, although, I'm keeping it to like 20 minutes, 25 max for each episode, and try to keep the edits to a minimum, although, I might jump ahead here and there depending on what's boring or it doesn't need to be shown, like redundant landings and stuff. But just to recap progress here, I've reached orbit on Hopper XL with Jeb. I'm trying to reach a certain number of science points here in the next few hours of my session, so I can get the upgrades I need to push out towards Luna and do push outs towards Mars and other celestial bodies and get the sightseeing really going. It's not really intended as a career tutorial per se, but I'm kind of mentioning stuff as I go for any new players that might be interested in the game. And I'm learning myself because this is a new solar system. It's not the original game. It's adjusted here, so you'll see things that are different, and I'm seeing things that are different. And I don't know if the DV values are super different, but it took me about 44 to get out, and I didn't have a great launch. My launch was super weird in the last episode, but that's what we were doing, and we did reach orbit. So I'm going to unlock as much as I can and come back and get these next engine upgrades, which I think will help get to the moon. And we'll keep our sightseeing going. So I'm going to get started with the acknowledgements here for CKAN, and this is the mod and the installation that I have running, so you can check that out. I'll scroll through it here and just acknowledge BallisticFox and Chairness _S there, Sol Core, Sol Configs. I did go through and select the highest grade textures, as you see there. The 16K, I'm trying to run that. We'll see if it works. So far, so good. Been slight things here and there, but overall good experience, and we'll see if that continues as I go to the moon. I'm excited to see that. And Parallax, Scatter, and that's it. I just installed the solar system and the clouds I got via a environmental effects mod that was separate from this Sol installation on CKAN. I had to swap that in, but that's where we're at. So I'm going to jump in here to the save of the career, and we're picking up right where we left off in orbit with Hopper XL here. So let's get into it. Looks like I'm right over the ocean here. Got Jeb. I really should collect as much as I can over the different biomes, but I think I have the orbital science mostly already, so let's see what I got. Yeah, I don't really have anything in here. You could do an EVA maybe and get something. Like, I'll get science from coming back, but at least I'll get the science from orbiting for the first time, maybe, I think. I don't know how that works in science career. You see my DV there, I got 486 left to get back. I'm gonna keep this going. I'm sorry, I gotta remove the CKAN thing here. My bad. Alright. So that's the situation. I'm thinking I'm going to come back and just get whatever science and kind of take whatever I can over whatever biome I'm in. I should get something, at least on landing, that's worthwhile. But I did hit orbit and have a ship that can do that. I'm just going to expand on that. And hopefully have enough science to move forward, but we'll see. Like, it seems like it's all just orbital science now. I can't really do much else with this, unless there's an EVA that I can do. Let's see about that. No, nothing there either. I'm just gonna go back in. That's cool. I guess we'll just bring it back in and see what science we have, I suppose. So I'll point a retrograde here, and we'll do a burn to kick our periapsis down to an entry. And I'll see if that's any different. I mean, I'm just going to dip into 35 like I usually do. I think that's I normally try to go for that on the regular curve-in, so see if that works out. I could actually adjust my throttle here too before I do the burn. I'm always kind of thinking about self-auditing, and I still make a lot of errors, so I like this thrust limiter trick here because you can kind of manage feathered, more controlled burns, more specific burns with intent, you know, to hit certain numbers of MS and the tenths and, you know, past the point, past the decimal point type stuff. So I'm going to try to do that. But I mean, to get back, I feel like I should do full. I just don't want to overdo it. I'll just go a little bit. And we'll hit 35 and see how it goes. See how it's kind of... I didn't throttle fully up, so I was able to manage that descent. And we'll see if that goes in and how it looks. So I am mostly in the daylight here, I think, for a while. I might land right in Australia, we'll see. That would be cool. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to detach once I drop under. And I'm going to be pointed with my heat shield towards retrograde, which I'm already pointed at now. But I'll detach with as much science as I can get. Let's see if I can get anything here. Yeah, that's 5. I'll take that. And this I tend to land, so I don't have to grab it. I could grab it and rerun it with a scientist, but I don't think a pilot can even reset it, so I'll just close it for now. Take another temperature log just in case. I'm going to keep doing that to check it. I think it's just an orbital biome right now, though, in space near Earth, so I already did collect some science on my last launch for that. And I got a while till I hit this drop, so let me go ahead and get to 70 here. It's going to make me stop warping. So I get to 100. Yeah, I think we'll probably work our way past Australia here. Land somewhere, hopefully, in this region. I think. We'll see. Well, let's actually look at that. Because it'll be somewhere by the... Actually, it might be a while. Ha! It's probably going to be in the dark over here, my bad. That's where it's going to happen. After I drop. So I can kind of move over here. And take a minute. It's going to even let me move forward. But I got to separate in a moment here. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. I don't want to do it too much. That's dope, though. I'll stop it there. At least get our separation when it drops under 70. I'm assuming all these numbers for Earth because I have it set at stock. So I'm just assuming it's regular procedure, but this could be completely wrong. It could be less or more. Like, the stuff has been a little different in my launches so far, so I've had a little bit of trouble adapting to that, but I'm accomplishing my goals, so we're staying with it. That's a cool spot. Let's do it. He's going to be coming under 70 soon, so I'm monitoring that and just hanging out here. Some constellation stuff here going on. This side. Cool. Get closer to 70 here. I think as long as it's in the green, you're in okay shape. Yeah. Okay, so the music stopped at 80. That's... Sometimes it randomly drops. I don't know if that was notable or not. the 80 mark. Because Earth is bigger. I don't know if it's slightly bigger or slightly at scale. I don't know. Whoa, that's a dumb burn. My fault. So now I'm at 32. I hit a button by accident there, but you live with it. I'll live with it there. Maybe that'll help me land a little faster. Alright, I'm gonna separate here in a minute. Probably get this. Just in case it doesn't work. Change that. Contingency plans are always good on this game. Probably should even quick save it, but yeah, I might actually. In case anything goes haywire, I can eject or something. Yeah. Right. Okay, that went good. We can get rid of that. Pointed retro. Coming in for a landing here on Earth in the ocean. It's lit this time at least. That's progress. That's not darkness. And parachutes. Increase main to about 2. Pressure down. We're good to go, I think. Hopefully. Zoom out a little bit. See the separation. That's pretty neat. Drifting off there. I'll let this play out here for a moment. Very nice against the space backdrop there. It's kind of going on its way. 60,000 meters now. Checking in on our altitude. Jeb's enjoying himself and the views. He's been out here before, but never gets old, of course. Quick 30-minute mission for him. And now you see getting a little more on the heat shield, I think. And we got our camera turn. So we're coming in. We did get a music drop at sound effects drop at about 80,000 meters. I don't know. Check everything here. Make sure we're good. Okay. We'll see when it heats up. We get some of that audio back. But I don't know. Some things may drop out here. I don't know what's going on. It's modded. It's not the original build of the game, so, and I've done some tweaking. See some waves against here. These little lines. I don't know if that comes through. Yeah, here we go. He's got some heat coming. Where's my sound? Let me try something here. Okay, I'm getting a little bit. Okay, I'm hearing it a little bit. That's dope looking though. See, I'm getting the darkness. Now there's the dark, but it's not looking crazy, so that's good. Beautiful sun in the background. Let's see the sunset as I come in then. Sounds like a plan. See some of the textures there on the ocean. The ripples. Looks quite good. Stars looking nice, fancy. I got some heat on the science, no question. Yeah, we're coming in hot, but I anticipate a smooth splashdown here. Let's check where I'm coming in. Oh, I can't see, but usually when it's dark, it's been the ocean so far. Got a nice hue of color for the impending sunset. I'll get a nice view of that. Here we go. I like that. Am I still zooming? No, I'm not. So let's see where it stops heating up, if that's the same as on Kerbin. I think usually around 20,000. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but around 20 it starts to settle down. See if that's different on Earth as I come in here. I'm just trying to pick up any information I can to see if this is any different. And so far the DV has been a little bit more, but my launches have been very mismanaged, so I'll stay with it and assume stock information. The re-entry went as planned so far, so. Under 2,000 meters per second now. And we're looking good. Got a nice night space backdrop. Can see some rotation even almost, if I'm making that out correctly. Some, I want to say counterclockwise rotation. And we're cooling off at about 20,000 just like I anticipated. So that seems to be stock scale so far. I mean, my launches have just been crap, so got the clouds coming in. Let's get a focus on that. And we're through. Do I get any kind of sound here, or what's going to happen? See if this holds up through the clouds. I do want to see my altitude, though. Keep this. Oh, see, it's very cloudy over here. That's different. Very nice. And we're through the cloud layer. And that's right around the entry to the lower atmosphere here. 7,000 meters. And I'm going to probably pop here in about 1 second. Yeah. Let's slow down. Very good. So that's a successful orbital flight above Earth here in the progressive science playthrough. I like that. And I don't know if we'll get a bonus for orbital return, but we'll see about that as well. We can move through this. Spare you the redundancy of the return. We did get a good demonstration of kind of putting it back at a periapsis that will trigger a re-entry. And we let kind of gravity do its thing. Bring us in. Heat shield under the science worked appropriately there. And I think the radial shoots was a good call because it softens our approach here. See, I'm well under 10 meters per second, so that should be good. Now, let me see if I can get any science while I'm at about 1,000, because I didn't really take any in space. No. Atmospheric pressure. So I wonder how the biomes work in terms of the atmosphere. I did get that on my first launch too, though. So that's something. Maybe see if this does anything. 0.5. Nah. I'll wait till I land. Crew report. Nothing. Well, I hope I didn't waste this and get no science. That'll be disappointing. But we've gone through, I guess, progressively through early rocket building, showing how to pay attention to DV, showing how to pay attention to thrust, making sure we're on somewhat of a turn to circularize as we go up. They call that the gravity turn. I don't always know if I'm doing it correctly, but I get out to orbit usually. Sometimes I got to do it a little differently depending on the weight of the rocket that comes into play and the build of the rocket, where the center of mass is and stuff like that all comes into play. So I'll get some upgraded engines here, and I think I'll be back to my zooming around the sphere of influence here of Earth, and we'll try to approach Luna and get in there for some nice views. Got a little bit left of this landing as we recap, so I'll fast forward that. Let's kind of get our bearings. And I'll go into research depending on how much science I get here, and we'll see what we can unlock. Hopefully I have 90. That would be ideal. I hit the engine again. I gotta watch that. Under 50 meters, and the ocean there, which is why it's all dark out. I'll see if I can get a science at all here. Let me zoom out of that, just in case. Yeah, that's good. Science there is good. Because I didn't pull any of that before. Yeah, that's... At least we got something. Nothing there. I wonder if I could EVA and it would be safe or not. I don't know the answer to that. We get a goo too. Goo is 2.3 and I'll take that, so that's good. I'll live with that. Recover and we'll see what we got from orbital return. Yeah, 70. Not quite what I wanted, so we'll have to do another launch to get to 90. Unfortunate there. I suppose I could hop around the facility and get some science real quick, but we'll evaluate that and determine the best way to move forward. It might just have to be another launch, depending on what I can do here. Yeah, I think maybe that might be smart. Just do a hop around. I can put multiple parachutes and relaunch and some struts. I do have the struts, so I could start maybe bouncing around the facility. I could maybe just feather the landings too. I'm thinking about it. Let's go in here and see what I can do. Yeah, I really wanted that mission to conclude with this, so. And I was worried before about science being a little overpowered, but I'm not finding that. It's reasonable for my purposes here. I do need an adapter eventually too, so I will need that. Coupler. Stability, yeah, it's not great. I could go unmanned too. If I got Sputnik. I could go unmanned around the facility just in case there's any crashes, so I don't kill any astronauts and collect science that way. So I guess I'll do that. I'll start doing a hop. So maybe I can like just not bore you with that or something, and I'll do that and come back with the next episode and continue from a launch where I can upgrade the ship. I just need 20 more, so I might just do a hop and get that science, or I could demonstrate it. Let me see how far I'm in here. Yeah, that's good. I'll cut it here. We're approaching 25 minutes, so I'll cut it here and think about what I want to do, and I'll come back. We'll definitely get the science and move forward. That was a proper re-entry there, though.